what happens if someone is dying and they want to be anointed? People call it last rites. There's no such thing as last rites in the Catholic Church. I don't know if you guys realize that. There's no such thing as last rites. There used to be what they called extreme unction. Unction meaning anointing, extreme meaning close to death. The Church has altered that a little so that we have anointing of the sick, which can include the anointing of those that are in danger of death. And the prayers that are used, there's actually options depending on the situation. So there's prayers for people who are generally ill. There's prayers for people who are terminally ill. There's prayers for people before surgery. There's prayers for people who are elderly but are not particularly sick, but they're getting closer to the end of life in general. There's prayers for children. There's prayers for all kinds of situations. And you pick the option that corresponds with the situation in front of you. If someone has died, they cannot be anointed because the sacraments are for the living, not for the dead. The sacraments help the living to reach heaven. If they are dead, you cannot help them anymore except for prayer. So, if you want someone to be anointed because they are in the process of dying, call the priest immediately. Do not wait. I've had people say, we didn't want to scare them. I'm like, do you think they don't know that they're dying? Do you really believe they do not know that they are dying? Do you think they want a priest as they know they are dying present? They will not be scared because the priest has come. They will probably be happy that the priest has come to accompany them in their last moments. Don't wait, because you waiting might mean they die before the priest arrives. This is not Star Trek. We do not have transporters. If you are in the hospital in Batavia, it is a 20-minute drive there. And if you call the priest there and they're unable to be there, or you can't reach them, or whatever the case may be, and you call here, even if I drop everything I'm doing that instant and run to my car and run to the hospital, it will take 20 minutes to get there. What if they die in that 20 minutes? Oops. But what if they've been in the hospital for 3 days? The priest could have come at any time in those 3 days. So what happens when the person is dead and the priest gets there? You cannot give last rites, because last rites doesn't exist, and you can't anoint a dead body, because the sacraments are for the living. Now, if they've just died, like they're still warm, they literally just took their breath like a minute before, we don't know at what moment the soul leaves the body. If they literally have just died as the priest is walking in, he could still anoint them with the hope that if they are still in there, that it will work. But if they've been dead for hours and they're cold, I hate to sound crass here, you can't anoint them. We can bless the body and we can say prayers commending them to God. But if you are in the hospital with a loved one who is dying, call the priest immediately. Don't wait. Don't think you're doing the person a favor by waiting till the last second and then thinking about calling the priest, thinking that as soon as you dial the number, he's going to be there. It takes time to physically get there, among other things.